Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mining Now. We are here filming at CIM 2024 in Vancouver. Today, I am joined by Mike Edyvean.
Excellent. Nicely done. Wonderful.
Perfect. He is the mining sales manager in Canada with Hitachi. And also we have Yves, Girard.
Yeah, that's it.
And
Good.
You are the regional vice president, oil, sand, and mining with Wajax.
Absolutely.
So obviously, people across Canada, they know Hitachi, they know Wajax. So maybe starting out, let's just give a bit of an overview of how the two companies work together, and kind of a little bit of input from both of you guys would be great to start.
Yeah, absolutely. So Wajax been the Hitachi dealer across the country for 30 years. And what that means is basically we sell the equipment, the Hitachi equipment, and then we service it with parts and service. We have branches. We have over 35 branches on equipment side across the country that basically service and support all the equipment. On my side, I'm really responsible for the mining equipment, but we also have the construction equipment that ranges from the smallest excavator to the biggest. And then we've got the wheel loaders as well. When it comes to mining, we're looking at mining shovels. So mining shovels, it's from 120 tonner to 800 tonner hydraulic excavators. They come into two configuration, backhoe and front shovels. And then we have the mining trucks. So mining trucks, we've got a range from 200 tonner to 320 ton mining trucks.
Okay, excellent.
And then really,
from
Hitachi,
my side, Hitachi, recognizes that Wajax is a full line dealer. They have a nationwide presence here in Canada.
Right.
From a mining perspective, Canada is an important market for natural resources for us, and so the partnership is a deep and long lasting one with Wajax. At the initial point, you had said two companies, but really we're as close a partner as we can get.
Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to clarify too. On the mining side, I imagine you categorize like oil sands and that as well. That goes into the same. You have the equipment for that as well, especially like the shovels and like the trucks, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of the mining equipment that we sell is used in the oil sand, basically.
Excellent.
In the mining applications. So.
Super important market, for Hitachi on a global stage. Big one, oil sands, Canada.
Yeah, it's still a big driver. The other question I had on that. So now that with that, I see here from my notes the distribution partnership, it kind of updated in March 2022, correct?
It did, yeah. So Hitachi had a long-standing relationship here in the Americas. So Hitachi branches itself out through regional offices,
right,
covering sort of each of the continents, if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah.
With our mother office or mothership back in Japan.
Yeah.
Here in the Americas, we had a distribution partner for a long period of time that was set up back in the 80s. March of 2022, that relationship dissolved. And so Hitachi itself, Hitachi Construction Machinery, I should qualify that.
Okay.
Came into the Americas and began to set up a regional office here.
Right.
And so, a lot of the progress that we've made, a lot of the employees that we've been hiring, a lot of the support staff, have come out of that dissolution with this partner and the new sort of future going forward.
Okay.
That changes some of our relationships. Right. Wajax has always been had a partnership status with us and a sub-dealer status through this partner. Some things have changed since March of 2022. They've now become a direct dealer for us. That changes a whole bunch of things. We've got a new level of support, a new level of information, feedback. It's an exciting time.
Let's talk about our Heavy Industry World Tour, brought to you by Savannah Equipment, supplying mining equipment worldwide. And Corporate Traveler Canada, helping companies travel the globe simpler, faster, easier. We are heading to events across North America and Australia and filming episodes on location. Email us at info@crownsmen.com to be part of Crownsmen's Heavy Industry World Tour. Make the most of your broadband network by adding mission-critical voice with Tasta's PTT. Trust Tasta Americas for flexible solutions that fit your needs and integrate seamlessly with data networks and devices. Take advantage of your existing broadband network such as LTE, 5G, and/or Wi-Fi to provide secure, reliable voice communications with their on-premise solution. Tasta Americas, your communication and safety partner. Visit TastaAmericas.com or follow them on LinkedIn to learn more. Did you know cementitious binders can be responsible for up to 70% of the total GHG footprint of mine backfilling processes? Now you can replace up to 50% of the binder in your mine backfill operations with Graybond, Greymont's new low-carbon cementitious binder. This lime-based alternative binder maintains a 40 to 70% lower GHG footprint compared to typical cement and can adapt to varying mine conditions without compromising performance. Learn more about Graybond at graybond.com.
Does that go all the way then into like you obviously mentioned like the parts and service as well now?
Yep.
So that's probably a big aspect of it for Wajax now with these lines from Hitachi.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been, like I said, the relationship with Hitachi goes back 30 years. So we had, a different setup previously, but we've been in this business for about 30 years. And when it comes to parts, so we buy the parts from Hitachi, of course, but we also do a lot of exchange parts.
Okay.
So we actually remanufacture some of the major components ourselves using genuine parts from Hitachi.
Okay.
So, and the knowledge also from Hitachi. So.
Excellent. It must since 2022 there must be a lot more. It sounds like there's a lot more data sharing now back and forth as well.
Yeah. So that's definitely the big difference that we see, especially on the product support side of things.
Right.
Because previously we were dealing through another organization, still fully distribution setup. But now we are dealing directly with Hitachi, and that makes a big difference on the sales side process, a lot more support on the sales, but also product support. So we actually have engineers, we have Japanese expat in our offices working with our technicians, but also working with our customers. In 2 years, I'm going to say we've seen more Japanese engineers than in 20 years with the previous relationship. So that's it's a big difference, and
right.
And I think that gives Hitachi a direct access to the customer, what's going on, direct feedback. So that's improving the thing. So.
He's talking very much one-sided from what Wajax is getting, from Hitachi in this new relationship, but the inverse is true as well. What Wajax is now sending back from market feedback, from voice of customer events where we're learning directly from the customer what they're asking for, staying really at the top of trends, what's needed to support the mining industry. All that information is coming back from Wajax as well. So it's super symbiotic between the two.
And I guess the environments in Canada for mining too, and that data that comes back to Hitachi, I would imagine a lot of the changes in the equipment, it's incremental over time. You can't do like these massive revamps on these huge machines, but
no, you can't reinvent the wheel every single week. But what we're trying to do is listen to what the face is of our customer. What's changing? What are their pressures? Obviously there's a lot of environmental concerns now, and the focus on electrification and that type of technology. This is not a technology that's new to Hitachi, but the customers now are really, really buying in and really getting on board. And a lot of that feedback's coming from directly from Wajax.
Okay, excellent. The other thing as well, and so that's going into that, obviously that customer support. The other thing too is now there's been an announcement, right, for Hitachi with manufacturing over in Ontario.
Yeah, you've done your homework, Rory. Yeah, absolutely. So back in March, so maybe a month and a half ago at the time of this recording, we announced that we are retooling our Guelph truck facility. So we build our rigid haul trucks there, our mining size class trucks. We have historically built them there.
Okay.
That facility was put on sort of hold for a period of time, and we've just recently announced that we're bringing it back online. So we're starting to retool that up. We're, hoping for 2026, a full production schedule. That's at least the plan.
Okay.
Super early days though. March of 24 is less than a month. It's 45 days ago. So still learning as we go along. Super exciting news. I'm a Canadian national, and so Canadian manufacturing is important for me.
Yeah.
I think that those types of announcements change towns, and a town like Guelph, Ontario, where this facility is located, is going to get a shot in the arm here with
definitely,
Yeah. And I think that's part of also the new relationship. There's a lot of focus on trucks, getting trucks out there, starting to sell trucks. We've got great technology. These are electric drive trucks.
Okay.
And and yeah, they're ready for the market. And the fact that we can actually build them in Canada, deliver them in Canada, support them in Canada, that's making a big change. That's making a big difference for us. So
CIM is Canada's leading technical institute dedicated to the sustainability of our industry. Members enjoy professional growth opportunities through CIM libraries, publications, webinars, societies, and the job board. Experience the CIM community firsthand at the Conference of Metallurgists, August 19th to 22nd, ICARD, September 16th to 20th, and the CIM Health and Safety Conference, October 6th to 8th. Visit CIM.org for more information and join CIM today. LiveMine is the data management solution for the digital mine, making mining operations paperless through an intuitive and easy-to-use app developed by mining professionals with decades of real-world experience. Trusted by operators in 7 countries across the globe. Get better and more accurate data faster than ever and throw away your paper plods, PDF printouts, and shift sheets. Visit livemine.com.au to learn more.
Yeah, it'd be great to see. I mean, with what they're talking about, with the ramp up in mining that they're saying they want to happen, it'd be exciting to see even more of that coming into North America, specifically Canada, being Canadian myself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the talk of the town right now is electrification as well. So these are electric trucks. They are still running with diesel engines, but they are pretty much ready for battery operation as well.
Okay.
And this is pretty much the next step into electrification for Hitachi. In fact, we are a month away from having the first fleet of battery trucks.
Okay.
And basically, they're using the same technology that we have today on those trucks, just replacing the engine, the diesel engine with battery, and using trolley assist. So with the trolley assist, they can actually recharge a battery as the truck is operating, and at the same time propels the truck. And so there's no stop. The truck's always recharging using the battery. There's so within the cycle, it's possible to do a full cycle on 24 hours without even stopping.
On those cycles, like a battery for these massive rock trucks or these haul trucks, how many cycles can you typically get through with the electric battery? What are those tested for?
It's a tough question to answer, just because variables of condition, road condition, what you're hauling, there's all sorts of variables in there. It's hard to gauge.
But the key thing is to be able to recharge. So as these trucks actually, as you're going down and braking, you're actually generating electricity.
Like a hybrid vehicle, same thing. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're recharging your battery.
Yeah.
You're going up a ramp in trolley assist, then you're connected to high power. So you're getting up there, but at the same time you're charging your battery as well. So you really, at that point, when you look at it, you just need your battery to go from the trolley to the loading site, and then coming back to the trolley or coming back down. So depending on the configuration, you got to look at it as a full work cycle,
right?
But you need to be able to sustain the same energy within that cycle. That's kind of the idea. So
it's interesting because Hitachi has decades of experience in the electric side of it, or like the trolley assist and that. So it's really been going for years. It's just now with that push to lower emissions and that's where you're seeing that big uptick. But it doesn't sound like there's like a lot that's changed. Maybe just the batteries.
I think the market has changed.
Okay.
That's the one thing. Previously, the trolley assist was always there. We've been doing it in some operation across the world for close to 25 years. We're down to our 3rd generation of trolley assist. So we have the experience. We know what it takes.
Yeah.
But previously, the idea was to get actually better productivity, because when you're in trolley mode, you can double your speed up.
Oh, really?
And fully loaded
mode.
So there's a productivity aspect to it, but at the same time your engine is handling, so you're not wearing your engine, you're not consuming fuel, so there's also an economy there.
Right.
And now really with carbon tax coming to the play and everything else, now we're looking at how do we reduce that carbon footprint, right? So
there was a couple of things in there, Rory. Not only trolley truck and that technology, but also the miner, the actual shovel I should say.
Yeah, right.
The electric shovel.
Yeah, I want to talk about that too next.
You know, you had mentioned, you know, a reduction in emissions, and that's 100% a true statement when it comes to electric mining shovels. But there's a lower overall production cost. You know, diesel fuel has a considerable cost to it, and so electricity is a lot cheaper to run. So, you know, from a Hitachi standpoint, this is not a new technology for us in any way. We've been building these electric mining shovels for, you know, since I think somewhere in the 60s. So we've been building them for many, many decades. This is a well-worn path, lots of experience.
Right.
This isn't sort of a new developed product in the last 5 or 10 years. This is something we've been doing a long time.
Now it's just even more, there's more demand for it from what it sounds like. And then obviously having the partner in Canada, I guess that data too, like with the rugged mining landscape here, that data is probably really crucial to get for Hitachi as well. I mean, you're all over the world, but that's probably excellent to bring in too. Every
mine site, every area has its own nuances, has its own sort of, you know, specialty. Really, every one of these applications is done in sort of a specialty tailored event for that particular mine site. You know, we try to work with our dealer, work as close as we can with the mine site, understand what their goals are, what they're trying to figure out. So
how does, with Hitachi's role, and then you've got, like, I imagine you have a lot of technology partners throughout that benefits, obviously, Wajax for selling the equipment and servicing it. Maybe if you could expand a bit more on that and the benefits of that as well.
Yeah, so we have a great technology partner in Wenco Mine under the sort of a Hitachi banner. That's really they've got a whole host of products that are available to Wajax, and we've actually met with them during this week to kind of get, you know, a little bit of back and forth and update and sort of a health check on both sides, making sure that we're doing the right things together, and, you know, that sort of thing. What else do you think?
Well, yeah, when you look at Wenco specifically, there's the automated haul system that's available. They have an open system that can be basically retrofit or use all brands of equipment, which is one thing. That's a key differentiator when you look at Hitachi and Wenco versus the other competitors out there.
Right.
They're typically, you know, you want our system.
We had Wenco on a few episodes ago, and it's phenomenal what that work and how the partnership is enabling that as well. So
Wenco is owned by Hitachi, and we have a direct relationship with them, so we can offer the truck, the fleet with Wenco solution as required. We also have through Hitachi our own autonomous haul system. That's also proprietary to Hitachi HCM, so Hitachi Construction and Equipment. So that's a different solution, but it's so we've got the two offerings basically. So we can now offer it. We can provide the technology through Wenco or through Hitachi directly. So
this is a little bit maybe a little off topic. On the autonomous side, are you seeing a lot of, like, are there a lot of mines now that are putting in these haul trucks and they've got like the trolley system, and now there's no operators actually physically in the trucks now?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So 100% yes, but the trolley system isn't really, you know, doesn't necessarily have to work with an AHS system or an autonomous haul system.
Okay.
You know, again, going back to, this is really tailored to specific to the mine. There are a bunch of, you know, requirements from a mine. We have to find the right fit, the right customer, the right application for autonomous, but that's where the future is going.
Yeah.
These trucks are stopping, you know, becoming trucks, and they're becoming robots effectively.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, I was talking to someone earlier too, and that's what they said. They said it's really about, it was Wenco, about, like, because you're going to have these hubs where people are running these mines in these very remote locations that would actually expand the capabilities of producing the metals that are required now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So obviously there's a big cost savings with that technology that's coming in for, like, they come to Wajax, they buy their fleet or they buy the equipment they need. How beneficial are, basically, what's setting that apart when they're coming to you and using that Hitachi line? What are they saying to you? What is feedback?
Well, basically, you know, especially if you're looking at the new mining operation, they're setting up basically for the next 10, 15, 20 years, right?
Right.
And especially as you buy a new fleet, then these trucks, the equipment we sell is typically used again, 10 to 15 years easily, and there's no real limit, because basically these are for the most part, bunch of components that can actually be turned and changed and exchange through the life. So there's no limit to how long an equipment can last. So really, when it comes to selecting your equipment, looking at the technology, it's a long-term investment, and it's a long-term. It's getting married with someone, right? So that's kind of what it is. So
yeah.
So you got to look at the technology. You got to look at the product support you're getting out of the dealer, the local setup. Yeah. So,
from a Hitachi perspective, I think that in Canada, we're probably really well known from a reliability standpoint.
Okay.
That's the comments I hear time and time again from our customers are telling us that it's a reliable machine. It had a really high percentage of uptime and really made some money for us.
Mm-hmm.
Moving over to Wajax is coast to coast. They're a full line dealer for us. They're stocking dealer on whole goods or stocking dealer on parts supply.
Mm-hmm.
They're really a great partner here in Canada. The customer base out there, any mine site that's looking to start to go down the road of opening and getting into the engineering stages of their mine, we would love to talk to. We provide full service from front to back.
Okay. So you bring in that engineering expertise for their equipment requirements, basically.
Everything more or less under one roof, under one house, we can help with and remain competitive. So I think that's a real powerful thing, within Canada.
Definitely. And I guess with the demand everybody's talking about the demand. Are you both seeing that now as well in Canada, in the Canadian market?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a very active market still.
Yep.
And it's right now, when you look at mining in Canada, I'm going to say every segment of mining in Canada is basically booming. So that's what's happening. It's very active market. We're very busy. And the equipment lead time is actually showing what it is.
Right. I guess actually one question I like to ask is and I'm asking a few people just to get their feedback. So there's a lot of conversations now about the life of the mine cycle, or from discovery to permitting. Does Wajax or does Hitachi get involved with that part of it? You were talking about the engineering side of it. So it sounds like you would be involved with basically getting towards that stamp.
Yeah, the first thing we want to understand from a mine site is what their goals are. Everybody has different goals and different ideas about, what they'd like to do.
Mm-hmm.
We really want to be there from a consultant perspective, on equipment, on how to get to that, next inevitable stage and working with them.
Right.
It's so, what I'm saying is very broad, but, specifically related to mine sites, we can really help from, the beginning stages of planning all the way up to permitting. Just, that's what our sales teams are doing, talking to these guys.
Right. And that's that for Canada. So that's in partnership through Wajax.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. That's what we've got a few mining engineers actually on the team working with the engineering firm or even customer mining projects, junior mining company, kind of working with them on the feasibility study, assessing, what's the life cycle cost of the equipment, so they can assess their costs, what kind of productivity are they looking at. Kind of working with them as well as selecting the fleet that they need, depending on the kind of design that they have. And one thing about mining projects, it can take a long time before it actually becomes a mine, and they can do a lot of feasibility study. It's it's like any project. You start with an idea, and then you work on it, you define it, and as you go, you define it a bit better and further. So it's a long process, and we're there from the start. We can be there from the start to the end, working with these guys, and that's just part of the sales cycle and the process and the business. So.
Yeah, definitely. I guess in closing, is there any key areas that both of you would want to touch on that maybe we haven't covered with the audience?
From my side, I think that March of 2022 was the start of a new chapter for Hitachi here in the Americas. And I don't just mean North America, South America as well. We built a regional office outside of Atlanta, Georgia. So we've talked a little bit about the facility in Guelph in Canada.
Yes.
But we've built this regional office down in Atlanta. Atlanta, of course, being a major transportation hub around the Americas.
Yeah.
We recently had our grand opening. We had, dealers like Wajax that had come down and were a part of that. He had a huge celebration down there.
Yes.
It's quite an impressive facility that we've built. I guess what I'm trying to get at in a roundabout way is Hitachi's looking to invest in this market. We're putting in the brick and mortars. We're doing the things that are necessary to bring that solution, working with our partners in Wajax.
That's an excellent point. And I have seen that, I think, all over LinkedIn as well. So that's been phenomenal to see. Great. Now, especially with obviously with Wajax and then having Wenco, we did a series with HE Parts as well.
Okay,
so
right on. Yep.
It's great.
There's a lot going on with Hitachi, which is exciting to see for this market for sure.
That's great.
Yeah.
The best place to find you? Online, LinkedIn?
Yeah, online, LinkedIn.
Perfect.
I guess the next place to actually see mining equipment will be Mine Expo. There's Mine Expo coming up in September.
Yes.
Hitachi is going to be presenting the next generation of truck, what we call AC5.
Nice.
So it'll be the first.
Mining Now will be there too.
Yeah, so there you go. All right, so we've got that. So maybe we should actually make a point of meeting again there.
Yep.
Yes.
So we've got an electric EX5600 as well.
Okay.
And a lot of the technology around automation, electrification. So a very big show coming up, and it's only 4 months from now.
Yeah, it's coming up very quickly.
It's coming up quick.
We got a lot of our partners in there as well. So Wenco, HE Parts, I think HE Parts, but either way, a lot of our Hitachi branded umbrella people will also be co promoting at that show. So
fantastic.
That's a great one. And for me, since you're going to ask me, LinkedIn is a great way to get connected with me.
Fantastic. And we'll link to both your profiles. We'll link to the websites and everything. So when the cast of thousands see it, then obviously they'll be able to connect with you if they're wanting to get in touch. Thank you everybody for watching this episode of Mining Now with Wajax and Hitachi. So a great combo. And we will see you next time. We're filming here at CIM Vancouver 2024. Make sure you subscribe to Crowns and Partners on YouTube to watch. Follow us on LinkedIn, Crowns and Partners, and Mining Now. And we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.